Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my channel. It's Kevin here. I've got another Kringle Candle Halloween haul for you. This is Halloween haul part 2, and I have received my first order from Kringle, so it was my biggest order. What I decided to do was combine that one with my third order because that was my smaller order, or at least contain the least amount of Halloween candles in that order. So I decided to split these up and kind of half them up a little bit. I'll have a second haul here right now where I'll talk about several of the new Halloween candles this year from Kringle, and then I'll have a third haul video where I talk about mostly repurchases that I've made or duplicates of the things that you've pretty much already heard about discussed. So technically this is my second haul. I will have a haul number 3 and potentially a haul number 4 from Halloween this year from Kringle. And one thing I've noticed here recently, I've been searching all over YouTube for the Kringle fans. I'll call them that, Kringle fans, not ambassadors, because I feel like that has a negative tone to it now. But the Kringle fans, I've been searching for haul number 2 from anybody, really. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what you guys thought was worth buying. Honestly, that's one of the things that I pay attention to the most. Really, I watch the first hauls for entertainment value, pertinent information, like price point limitations on things, scent notes. That's why I'm watching the first haul. It really doesn't matter to me during that haul. I want to see that second haul, and really burn reviews kind of fit in with this. That second haul though, that first, in a lot of cases, that first paid haul, that to me is going to tell me, the buyer, everything I need to know. That's going to tell me what was the difference between you liking something and you liking something enough to put your own coin on it. So, and I don't want to come across as combative to these people. They've got a lot of free stuff. They've got a lot of review videos to film, and they're busy. I get it. There's a lot of doubt. There's a lot of negativity surrounding this. Let's start buying it. At some point, I think somebody is going to do. I didn't expect there to be a lot of second hauls for the fall candles, the new fall candles this year, because honestly, yeah, there weren't a lot that deserved it. But Halloween, I mean, guys, there's some good stuff this year. I fully expect to see second hauls, or at least I hope to. I want to actually know what you guys put at the top of your list. Not necessarily what you say in your videos, because free stuff's great. It's hard to dislike free stuff. Like, even if you dislike it, it's hard to dislike it because it was free. Because it's hard when you're seeing all of those people, like 30 different videos, I swear, 30 different videos here on YouTube. And they're all saying the same thing. It all starts to sound the same. So I hope people can see that as somebody that's a viewer, somebody that's a buyer first. If you can kind of see it from that perspective, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to know. That's what you guys will see with my videos. Like I said, there will be a third haul video and a fourth, and who knows how many. At least from Halloween, you probably won't see any more talk from the fall line this year from Kringle, and it was pretty mediocre to bad. So let's get started in this haul. The second one I have, the ever elusive pumpkin head, and I have 2 of this candle. And yeah, I knew this one was popular immediately. Purchased 2 of it, went back for a second order because you can only place 2. That's the limit, 2 of each item, Halloween candles, in each order. So I went back to place my second order. I thought I was ready to go. I kind of waited a little bit longer than I should have. And yeah, bam, this one sold out really quick. As of the filming of this video, this fragrance right here and Sleepy Hollow are the only 2 fragrances, Halloween fragrances, that are sold out right now on the Kringle website. Pumpkin, spice, orange, cinnamon, clove, and vanilla. And I don't want to sound negative about this one. I mean, that's an amazing label. I don't want to sound negative about this one. So I don't mean this in a negative way. This is the most basic fragrance that I've smelled so far for Halloween 2025. And I think you can take that a number of ways, but I think it's a learning moment here for Kringle, being that it was the fragrance that was overwhelmingly the most popular. And I think many people would go back and buy it again or buy it for the first time if they had it available on the website right now. And it is extremely basic. Like, we're talking a very simple pumpkin spice blend. I think what really makes this stand out is the orange note in this. So it's a pretty standard pumpkin spice, just with a good amount of that orange, and it really makes it kind of stand out in that aspect. But I'd buy it again. I absolutely would. Even though I said it's probably the most basic thing, and I didn't mean that negatively. It's just from everything we've seen here, and I'm kind of getting to a story here. I think what we can take from that is, yeah, Kringle, I don't know how much you're going to have your hardcore Halloween people. Of course you are. And I think most people, or a lot of people, buy for the labels alone. But as far as the fragrances go, I think they just want simple fall, Halloween fall-ish styles. Like, there's a real big theme with this year, and I'm sure years past, where it's that smoky, that cedary, that kind of incensey vibe. Whether it's other notes are different here or there, but across the board, that's very much a theme here for this year's Halloween. And this one kind of steps out of that theme a little bit, and you see how popular it was. I'm sure a lot had to do with the label, because that's killer. But I think a lot of people just want that simple, kind of basic fall smelling fragrance that can kind of also fit in with a Halloween feel as well. I think Pumpkinhead does that perfectly, but I don't think they're wanting the real extravagant, artsy stuff. I don't think people are wanting that. You can tell by the amount of things that are new this year that have sold out, which really nothing else other than this new fragrance has sold out. I don't think they're wanting you to be real hardcore, guys. So that's Pumpkinhead. I love it. I would absolutely buy it again. Just saying, it's probably the most basic thing so far that I've smelled this year from Kringle Halloween 2025. And then we're going to talk about this one. It sold out for a hot minute and came back. It is Black Cat. This one is one that was immediately on my radar, along with Pumpkinhead. Spicy cinnamon, clove, cedar, and frankincense. And yeah, guys, we have that same style again, that kind of cedary incense again. It's got like a sweet, almost feels myrrh and frankincense here to this. So you've got your traditional fall spices of cinnamon and clove, and then you've got them good and amped up and smoky and dark and woodsy with that cedar and that frankincense. And it's a sweet frankincense here. Kind of gives it a little bit of a uniqueness to it, the sweetness from that. Not like sweet gourmand, but sweet in like a way that myrrh would be sweet, that type of resin sweetness. And that's what I get here from Black Cat. I love it. It's everything that I was hoping it would be from those notes. No frills, no surprises. Everything I wanted from it. Yeah, I probably would buy this one again before I bought Pumpkinhead. Let's be honest, I'd place them in the same order, but I would put this one above it a little bit. Even though now with Pumpkinhead having sold out so quickly and seeing the demand for it, that would probably be the number one reason I'd go back for it. But this one right here, I'd go back for it just for the fragrance itself. This is for me, up to this point, this would be the fragrance for me that would compete with Witch's Cauldron to be one of the candles that I would have burning on Halloween night. It is that good. That is Black Cat. And then another fragrance in this haul I purchased two of. It is this one right here. It is Candy Corn. To my knowledge, this has come out for several years now, but this is a reformulated version of it. So the formulation has changed. I think I heard somebody say that. Rich caramel, golden honey, sweet praline, nutmeg, cinnamon, creamy vanilla, and toasted almond. So, wow, okay. Not what I was expecting from Candy Corn. And I don't know how much this differs from years past, if this is indeed a reformulation of the fragrance. I get way way too much almond here, guys. It's really the first fragrance that I've smelled so far from Kringle Halloween this year that didn't match up to what I had pictured in my mind. There's that much of the almond, and candy corn shouldn't smell like that. And I would also expect brown sugar to be a note in candy corn, and there is no brown sugar listed here. There's a good amount of honey. There's a good amount of sweetness here too. I'd say it's that honey and that almond, and it's so much almond, I feel like they kind of missed the mark on this one. I feel like they missed the mark as far as getting to an authentic candy corn. I purchased multiples of these, and let's see what it does when it's burning. But on cold, I'd say that's probably the one miss in this haul. Probably the one fragrance overall from Halloween this year that was not what I expected. And then this one right here, Sleepy Hollow, currently sold out on the website, and for good reason. This one right here, Sleepy Hollow, Black Cat, and Pumpkinhead, were the three I initially had on my radar as the three I knew absolutely I was going to get. I had already experienced Witch's Cauldron before. It's a fragrance that I go back 10 plus years with, so it's not something that was an immediate need to purchase, but all three of these would have been new to me, and Sleepy Hollow was in that top three for me to absolutely buy right now. And good look at that label. I wish they would have made that head there a little bit bigger. I mean, it almost kind of gets lost in the background. I mean, I don't know, just increase the size a little bit of that head back there. Notes are pumpkin spice, incense and cedarwood. We have the incense and cedarwood combination again. And we've seen clove thrown in with that combination quite a bit. Caramel and citrus. So again, I mean, a theme with this year's, I mean, I love this. I love this fragrance. They're taking a lot of this stuff, whether it be this right here, and I would consider this a sweet pumpkin spice with those notes of cedar and incense. So they've done that quite a bit. Whether it's Mummy Marshmallow, you took vanilla marshmallow and you added some darker, smokier notes. Doing the same here with Sleepy Hollow. We saw with Zombie Horde, we're doing a fresh apple. We're adding those smoky notes, that cedarwood, that incense, that burnt smoke. The same with Black Cat. We take the traditional spiced fall fragrance and add cedar and incense. There you go. It's a theme all across the board. So I feel like it's kind of becoming a little bit redundant at this point, but it's not making me like any of the fragrances any less. It's just one of those things to keep an eye on, because if you're not a fan of those darker styles, those more smoky styles of fragrances, yeah, I think you're gonna struggle with a good, I don't know, half of this year's releases. Sleepy Hollow though, I do get a lot of that pumpkin spice. That's one reason I really enjoy this a lot. So they're taking a traditional pumpkin spice here and they're throwing in incense and cedarwood. I mean, yeah, clove too. But the pumpkin spice, I'm going to include that clove with that pumpkin spice. And I feel like that pumpkin is very noticeable. So this is really the first one where we're taking pumpkin spice and then we're adding that cedar and incense into it, that cedarwood and incense, and making it smoky. I like it. I like that theme. Not everybody's going to like that. And honestly, that's why I've had such success with everything so far this year for Halloween, because I do like that style. Sleepy Hollow, that is amazing. And yeah, like I said, I would go back to purchase this one immediately if it came back in stock. So there you guys have it. That's haul number 2 for me from Kringle Halloween 2025. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to save everything else for that third haul video, because I do have some just more fall style of fragrances, not specifically from their Halloween line, that I am going to include in that third haul video. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff that I've talked about. I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya.